Hello, guys. It's Sean Zinn, the Connection Machine, aka the Insurance Doctor. This is live number 9 on the year. I want to continue to provide value. I want to teach you. I want to help you take your business to the next level. And how do I do that? I want to have guests on that are living proof of what they're talking about. I can sit here and talk about a variety of different things, and we'll talk about lead generation, online networking, non-negotiables. But you'll also hear from my guest. And the guest is going to be he's a friend of mine. He's a client of mine. He's somebody that is really influential in the world of the CPAs, those accounting at this time of the year, right? So I want to bring on an awesome gentleman, Chris Whalen. How's it going, my man?
Oh, good afternoon. It's going fantastic. Just in the middle of tax season, but that's what we want to have. We want to have the phones ringing.
That's the way to go. You have to have the phone ring to make money at this time of the year for sure. I know it's probably changing, right? It's changed with COVID. A lot of different things happening. I'm sure even in the tax world of how you're doing business. Are you using video with your introductions with people, or are you meeting people face to face? But Chris, give us a little introduction before you even go down that path of who you are, and let's get into it.
Sure. I'm Chris Whalen, CPA. I have a nice small to medium-sized firm right in the Red Bank area. I've been doing taxes since 1987. I'm really specialized in business taxes and really being a professional entrepreneur. So I do a lot of consulting, outsource CFO work, as well as on top of my tax work, which we do, of course. But I think people should think of me as, I always say, the moment you have a business or tax question is the moment you should be calling me.
For sure. You should have you in the back pocket, for sure.
Exactly.
You need to have that. So now let's go back to COVID happens. You know, you do it one way last year, and then things change. And for this year, what are some things happening right now?
Well, yes, there's definitely more Zoom meetings and things like that. I have, if you could see from where I'm sitting, I have an office door, have a reception area, and I have a glass pane above my reception desk. So just for distancing, I'll have people leave me their folder on a chair in between. They'll go over there. I'll grab it so I can have a very long distance meeting. I am having even distance meetings here, but just to think about marketing. So I was trying to think outside the box. People are afraid. So what I did is, if you go on YouTube, I did a video where I set up a temporary table in the parking lot with a chair and my computer, and I pulled the car up, and I have my drive-through tax meetings. So it's just a fun thing. It's just more, how do you make accounting interesting? And so I got a lot of views. So just thinking of marketing, I always said, well, how do I make something fun but real? Because people do come now. They think it's a great idea. They come, they'll give me their folders outside through their window, and I'll sit and I'll take notes for them sitting on the curb, by the curb. So just try to think of things that are to help people, but also to make something fun. No one else is doing things like that. So it makes me stand out a little bit.
And I'm hoping you're doing and picking good days to be outside for sure. You're not going to be out there in a snowstorm or rain and etc. But I mean, that would give you a lot of cojones to really be out there in the snow, in the rain. Look at what I can do for you.
Of course, I can handle it. I have enough insulation on me for a cold day, I think. That's why I keep the weight on. It's just all for the customers.
No, for sure. And for those that are watching, we love to help you guys. And if you're involved in business, drop your website. Let's use this as a networking time as well. Also, hit that love button, hit the wow button, hit the share button. We want to help your friends out in your network as well. So we appreciate each and every one of you. If you hit that share button, we really love it. If you hit the hashtag live and hashtag replay on the replay. But we're going to get after it now. And I love it how you have a blog that you're providing value on a consistent basis to your community. And you know how important that is as far as marketing and getting your phone to ring, as you were saying early on.
I think that I blog or post much less often than other people. And I think that less is more, in a sense that I'm only posting original information. I'm never buying those canned memos from those companies, the accounting marketing outfits. I don't even post on a regular basis, a schedule, because I want to have something to say. So that's a main piece of advice here. Only post something that's very original from you. I understand some of you have compliance issues, financial people, but we still need to find a way to post unique and not canned information. Because I think that's one of my successful things. People that are getting my blog, first of all, it comes whenever I can do it. It could
Mm-hmm.
come every 3 days, once every 2 weeks. So it's a surprise. I have a lot of opens because of that. People don't ignore it. And then also they see that the memo headings are very specific. Never have a generic heading in a memo or a mailer. I'm very specific. If you see, it could be, it could be about Social Security. It could be about this new 7202 form, which our entrepreneurial listeners and viewers need to really understand. It's new. It's a COVID-related credit that self-employed people are getting, and make sure your accountant's on top of it. If not, call me right away. As I say, the moment your accountant or lawyer is ignoring you, well, I'll pick up the phone and help you. So getting back to that. So number one, I don't need to have a podcast every Monday at 5. I don't know if I have anything to say. I don't find that as effective. So we want to have original content. And it could be short. Like I said, just to go on some advice, clients will relate to a human story. So let's say you're an insurance person like Sean, and I know Sean's insurance. He's my insurance person. No matter when that word comes up, I don't care if it's in South America, I call him. Good. So I don't need to know his menu or laundry list of services because he's insurance. Good. So what I want to hear from him, what's effective for me to remember him and to keep him top of mind, is he can send me a little blurb of 1 or 2 cases he worked on the past 2 weeks. Nothing long, just nothing even formal. Oh, a family came in, they are plumbers. They presented with this situation. I was able to give them these solutions and insurance from personal to auto, all of that. So I love that because it puts me in the moment. It emotionally gets me involved. I don't need to know the policy number or specifics of the deck page. I just know that this plumber came in, and I'm an influencer for Sean. And we should talk about that a little bit, like we said earlier. So I'm an influencer, meaning Sean wants me to give him access to my client base and vice versa. Okay, great. So one of the best ways to do that is Sean has learned, and he's a seasoned business person, but Sean's taken the time to know how I work, what I'm doing for different clients. It's not enough for him to say, I'm an insurance person, please refer me. That doesn't work. He understands how to ingratiate himself with me, but also understand where in my thinking insurance should come up. I don't know. Like when I want a lawyer to give me work, I need to understand I've taken the time. Okay, a lawyer's doing a commercial closing and there's 10 steps. I know there's a 5.5 that needs my expertise or Sean's expertise. So if I do that work and talk to lawyers, I want to interview the influencers. Well, how are you happy with insurance or CPAs? How are you not? So influencers are some of the most ignored people in the world, where they're the hottest lead you can get, right? Sean, I send someone to you. You're already done. You have a trusted advisor giving you the name, and we should spend a lot more time. And if you read my book, just to plug it a little bit, I have a book called Be the Chocolate Milk, available on Amazon, and is successful selling for homogenized professionals. So that's Sean, right? Sean and we're CPAs and insurance, taxes and insurance, nothing more generic like a gallon of milk. But if you get to know us, you see that Sean is the chocolate milk in the dairy case. So you'll never go back to the regular milk. So that's your idea, especially if you feel you're in a generic, homogenous kind of profession. You want to make sure that you are the chocolate milk every day. That's what I really think that's so you can do it. You can sell toner cartridges. Seems generic, but you can be the chocolate milk of toner cartridges. Does that make sense?
100%. And I like it. And you are, guys, when he has clients call me, it's like Chris said, I have to call you. I'm setting up a small business. I'm a contractor. I'm a plumber, what have you. And they're like, whatever you need, I need this insurance as soon as possible. And I get them the information, and it's an easy close, and not even a sale. It's already done and over with. Why? Because Chris goes deep with his clientele. He has questions. He goes into the, what is your goals? Do you want to scale? What are your 5-year plan? These are things that not all accountants are doing, but he's doing this because he knows how powerful it is.
So when you're like a good networking thing, I've done a lot in many decades, networking functions. So I'll always introduce myself and I'll see what's their name and what they do. And the main question I ask, can you tell me exactly the kind of clients you're looking for? Number one, I want to get that. And I I keep on my phone. This is really good. I have a voice recorder. We all have it. I have it ready. Hey, Sean Zeem, he's looking for contractors. So you want to capture the information. Remember, giving business cards does not matter. It's getting business cards matters. I want to have them. You want to scan them with CamCard, get them in, but also you can't remember everything. So when I've had a little meeting with someone at a networking function for 2 minutes and they walk away, I put a note in here all the time and say, I met Jim Smith. He's a lawyer. He's in Toms River, blah, blah, blah. He does real estate. And so I'll follow up the next day with a very specific email to each person. Great to meet you. I understand that you need these kind of clients. As I come upon them, I will give them to you. And you need to keep that in your mind. Let's say even you're a plumber. I don't care what you are. You could be a plumber and you could be working for a contractor. And hey, well, there's a great commercial attorney I met. If you need one, he's in Toms River. So the best way is to learn your influencers. And no matter what you do for a living, it does not matter. You are meeting people who you can suggest, even if they don't ask you. The soft way to ask everyone is to say, oh, are you happy with your current CPA representation or your insurance, or just a very light something? They might say, no, I don't have one. Well, please call so-and-so. You already have the card in your phone. Just share it, the VCF, you're perfect. So there's no better way to ingratiate yourself than when someone calls me that says someone I met has shared my information with them. I'm going to make sure I reciprocate. Right.
I love the habits you're sharing with us as far as using your voice note, and the next day you're following up. Those that are watching right now, they're like, wait a minute, you have to follow up? Yes. You don't just grab cards all night long, eat and drink all night long, and not actually do anything. That's why it's called networking. You take the information and you actually follow up with them.
Right. So let's say you have 40 business cards from last night. I line them up and we use the grouping and CamCard. It's a great program. Buy the pro version, $5. You take a picture of the front of them. It automatically OCRs it and recognizes the characters. You go and make sure it's right. And then it goes right into your Gmail contacts the next day. So I group them. There might be some I'm not going to specifically write to something specific. So I have maybe 10 out of 30 are generic. I put them in blind copy, of course. I send myself the email. You blind copy these people so it looks like it's going to them individually. And I say, it was great to meet you last night, and I look forward to, please know that this is what I do, but please keep in touch with me. I always say in those emails, as we talked about, please make sure you're sending me the cases or work you're doing. I want to know that, like I said at the beginning of this with Sean, I want to know if you're an air conditioner repair guy. I want to know about, we're really having a good time with the Fetters air conditioners this year, or the Generac generators. Like, I want to know all that. I installed another generator in a house and we went with Generac because overall it's less maintenance. So you tell them, you want them to tell you what they're doing on a regular basis. Give me little case studies. And a lot of people do it.
Don't be like those that are on LinkedIn and all they do is spam the hell out of you every single time. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's what I've always done as far as on social media. I'm always giving information, giving value, teaching. And then after you have that, I would call it a connection call. Every call you have, people say it's a cold call. It's a connection call. You're going to see where it's going to go. You might not close anything. You might not sell anything, but you might help the person on the other line that you just connected them with somebody else. And it's all going to come back because you keep everyone in your circle.
100%. And going back to the blogging, you have, there you are. Going back to the blogging, remember, the shorter, more specific, the better. When I do a blog, sometimes it's from research we've already done or meetings I've had. So you want to have your blog to be, you're sitting in front of a person and you're explaining something to them or detailing something. So you would never leave the person in front of you needing to call you. You don't want to bait and switch. When I do a blog, it's real information. You can use that minute totally for free, as if you're in front of me paying me. So when you're doing a blog post, if you see something's vague, you want to stop that. You want something specific and short. And also you want the memo, the subject line of the email they're getting to be specific, because if not, they're going to hate you when they open it in something they don't like. Right. So could I share my screen for a second?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
All right, here. So let's share my screen. Let's see here. All right, here we go. All right.
Hasn't
All right.
popped up over here yet.
All right.
Here.
So you see my blog page?
Here it is, guys.
Okay, good. So this is my blog, and just take a look at the very specific headings I have. So it respects people. Like, for example, look at this podcast. Our expenses paid with forgiven PPP loans are deductible. Now, only 10% of people might want that, and the 90% that don't can delete it and move on, and they're respected. So you want to be very specific. If you look at this, look, business owners, take a picture of your odometer. So if you look at all these things, you can see in the subject, are you interested or not? I want to give an example of, it's not Chris's April memo.
Mm-hmm.
Here, credit card processors are not all alike. If you don't have a credit card processor, you don't open this one. Sometimes I get 90% opens, right? I did a nice stream for election night with a YouTuber. So just an idea of what my blog looks like. And I stopped sharing, right? Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, I want to know what you're doing. I want to know specifically. I know you're insurance. I know you're a CPA. I should never have to say anything about specifically like what I'm doing about depreciation. No, I should just say I'm the expert at CPA world. And I should show that.
What about the pricing? If you go to the other guys, they're going to be one price, but when they come to you, they say, oh, wait a minute, you're a little bit more expensive, but it's the value that you're getting that people forget.
Right. Well, I'm paid for what I know and not what I do. So you're dealing with, first of all, income tax preparation, just like an insurance renewal, very similar, are some of the most important financial things you do all year. So let's put in the proper context that it's not just adding up a form. So I have people tell me all the time, oh, I can do TurboTax. So I had an attorney, a criminal attorney, come in, and I said to him, okay, well, I'm going to go to Monmouth County Court tomorrow, and I'm going to bring my tax criminal software, and I'm going to send you home. I'm going to say it's going to be fine, right? It's easy. I got the software. So you really need, if you have something extremely simple, then yes, you don't really need me. But if you have a family, you have things happening, you have itemized deductions, and the value is outside of tax season, you're going to have questions. I get more calls outside of tax season than during. And with my pricing, I don't really even charge for that. I tell people, the moment you think you're bothering me, call me. That's the one thing I always say. So with insurance, you need someone like Sean, and not just because I like him as a person, that he has a wide scope and breadth of experience of what he's doing with thousands of clients over time, just as I do. So you want someone that's on the cutting edge. And the other thing about Sean and I that's important is that the main reason why I tell people to hire me, I know we're technically fantastic, but no one cares more than me that it's right for you and your family and your business. It's impossible. No one respects more and appreciates more the level of confidence you're having in me with this very important thing in your family's life. So if you have a CPA or an insurance person that you didn't get that vibe from, well, come and have a meeting with me. Hopefully you're getting it right now. So, yes, my pricing is higher than average, but it should be. Number one, with me, just like Sean, people get me all the time. I have people helping me, a great team. 99% of the time, you get the senior person, and that takes more of my time, which should cost a little bit more, but people are happy with it. You're not getting a junior person that's doing the work, and I have to say, okay, Mrs. Jones, let me get back to you because I have no idea what's happening with your account, though you're paying me. Right. That sounds like a complete failure to me. So my paradigm's different, and if you talk to my clients or look online, like on the Google reviews, for example, can we talk about reviews for a second about getting them? Okay, so Google reviews are very important. I know I like the Yelp a little bit too, but if you look at my reviews, and it's not to boast, they're high and they're 5 stars. So you need to take control. Never do a mass request for reviews. Never. I never do that. You want to find someone who's very happy with you at the moment, and you want to have an email that's all set up to go, ready to go out to them, right? Which I can show you mine if you want. It only take me would that be okay, Sean?
Go for it. This is value, guys. If you're not taking notes, you're not jotting stuff down, I don't know. This is why we do what we're doing right now.
So let's say that I had just met Sean, right? Or I just did Sean's work and Sean's happy with me. I'm going to share my screen one more time. You get an idea.
There it is.
All right, good. All right. So you see my so what I did is, let me come here. Let me get rid of this. So Sean's very happy. Let's say I just finished Sean's tax return. He's very, very happy. I'll say, Sean, if you're happy with everything, would you mind leaving me a review? And if so, would you also leave me a couple of complimentary sentences, right? So I come in here, I have a template already. I go to Google Review Template. It fills it all in. So then this link, everyone who has a Google a Google My Business can get this, and it will automatically open when you click it right where you can leave a review. So it's timing. They're happy with you. You don't even have to say 5 stars because, of course, that's assumed. So this comes up just like this.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. And you want them to leave a few sentences. So that's that's another thing you could do. You want to be very specific. So probably half my reviews have come from my requesting. Remember, see, people often sit there and say, here we go. Okay, we're good, right? We're not sharing anymore?
We're not sharing.
So people like, God, why aren't people sending me business? God, why aren't people leaving me reviews? Well, remember, you're assuming I'm a go-getter guy. I'm going to leave a review automatically if someone does something good. But people don't know how to, even though entrepreneurs, they might be good lawyers, but they don't know about referring. You sometimes have to help them understand that, that's not part sometimes of their skill set. So it's a matter of saying, Sean, we've been working together and I'm not complaining, but you don't seem to send me some business. And is that, something you think of? And, and they might say, well, I don't really know how, or I'm not sure. But that's where I say, well, just ask everyone you meet. Hey, are you happy with your CPA? Like Sean knows, I ask everyone about insurance. Mm-hmm. He knows that just for him. So, and with the reviews, like I said, so someone would like you and want to do it. They don't know how to do it. So you got to help them along. So my process is so streamlined. I also have a canned text I send, but see that email? Get it set up like that. Send it right out. Give them the link that goes directly to your review page, and they're ready to do it. And and then you follow up with them in a few days. I always put a follow up with the person. Did they leave a review? Like 4 or 5 days later, just to remind them. But that helps you get a lot of reviews when you deserve them, right? And it controls the whole review process.
That's gold right there, guys. Having those reviews part of your process. It's a habit. And you're building your social media presence. That's always important to do. And
post your blog post on your Google My Business. So not only do I do it in my website, but remember, Google rules search, right?
That's right.
So what you want to have is let me go down here 1 second. Here, so I'm going to share my screen one more time.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure first of all, you want to get a verified Google My Business. Everyone out there, you want to make sure you claim an address, put your business there, go through a process with Google. They'll eventually send you a postcard or envelope with a code. So so you want to have that's fantastic. You link your website to that. So you start to get your analytics start to go through the roof, right?
Yep.
So if you go here.
There we go.
Right. So here's these are my same posts, the same thing you just saw on my blog. I'm going here. I'm posting to my Google My Business. I'm making this little header, and I post this link right to my website. So that's another place. So when I'm here, let me show you something else. When I'm posting, I want you to see all these different places I'm going to post to, and that's just the beginning. My Parler, my Twitter, my BitChute, my CloudHub, my MeWe, right? So that's the key. You want to post, and I have about 20 or 40 Facebook pages, about 20 or 40 LinkedIn pages. You want to do research about groups and towns where there's plenty of business groups out there. You want to post this stuff. So when I do a blog post, I'm probably posting to 100 places with, of course, assistance, of course.
Right. No, this is major value. And I actually have to start doing that. I like that technique as far as adding all your Google on there. That's a good idea. I haven't been doing that. So that's something I have to put into my processes as well.
Well, me being a computer science and an accounting major a long time ago, when a computer was just like a calculator, with a tape, but you You got to, if you understand how it works, like I have never paid for advertising. And if everyone now listening, just to test me, put in best CPA NJ, like Sean, if you do that, I should come up pretty high after the ads in Google, if you do that. And
Yeah,
so I'm just a guy here doing it myself without paying. And so if you follow my lead, there's no reason why you can't be the best toner cartridge guy. Right. So Sean's testing me now.
No, you say test best CPA New
NJ.
Jersey.
Just NJ, yeah.
All one together? All right.
No. Just no. 3 separate words.
All right. Let me pull this up.
And see where I come up. Should be within the first page or so, hopefully. If you're on a PC. So let's see.
I have it in there.
You got an ad there, right? So go ahead. So let's go down, hit view all. So let's see. I know Gary pays. So I should come up there somewhere. If you look down, oh, you're in North Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's right. So it's going to be based on proximity. That's true because
That's probably what it is. Yes.
You're way north of me. But like I said, within 10 miles of my office here in Red Bank, I come up very high CPA near me. So you want to. Part of that is, and I don't pay anything. So part of it is you want to make sure you're posting in enough places. You want to definitely get your Google verified business. You want to post there, whatever you're posting. I just put a link to my blog, but Google is going through all of it. So that helps me a lot. It's just little things you can know how to do.
No. Is there any final thoughts you would share with us in the community, Chris?
That you have to be sincere about what you're selling or what you're doing. All right, that you feel you are bringing value, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's digging a ditch. No one's better than anybody. So because people can sense that. If you can't love what you do and feel you're bringing value, then you need to find something else. Because it's hard to be successful because people can sense that sincerity. Remember, no matter what people are coming to you for, they need to see confidence, right? Confidence, and technical expertise and a genuine care, right? So we need to have that confidence in execution, but that comes from being technically good. But it all stems from sincerely believing that what you're doing is good and you want to do it for people, even beyond getting paid. So if you don't have that, you need to find something else to do.
100%. And here is Chris's contact information. Please jot it down. If you have any questions, definitely friend request him, message him. Any questions you might have, drop it in the comments after this live. We'll definitely come back and answer anything you guys have for us. If you guys, again, have a business, drop your website. We would love to see what you do and collaborate on some things in the near future for sure. And I appreciate you, Chris, taking some time out of your busy day at this time of the year for sure.
Thank you, Sean, very much. I appreciate it, and we'll get on again soon.
You got it, guys. Have an awesome